Well, folks, we're inching closer and closer to the National Finals. It's the college football tournament for CFT for the College Football 25. I am that other guy alongside my broadcast partner, Brownsville Gamer.
And we welcome you once again. It's another quarterfinal matchup. This time, it's the top-seeded Georgia versus the 8th-seeded Oregon Ducks. And let me tell you something right now. We're looking at two fine teams, but we're also paying attention to one of the hottest teams in the tournament, and that's Georgia. They are undefeated as of now.
Well, yes, you are right. They have not lost a game since this tournament has started, and they're looking to continue that on to the finals as they face a bottom-ranked Oregon team who is the number one team in the country, bro, the 8th-ranked team in this tournament. Let's see if Ferguson can do what he has to do to upset Georgia.
He's going to be our profile player for the first quarter and onward, and nearly got the snap out. Number 20 makes it up the middle for 3 yards.
What do you think Oregon has to do to stop this basically juggernaut known as Georgia?
Well, in order for Oregon to upset Georgia, they're going to have to rely on their passing game because the rush defense from Georgia is basically unstoppable. I haven't seen a team that really was able to shut them down when they try to go for the run. So looking at that passing play, that's going to be a first down. And my question to you is, how can Georgia make this game go out of reach for Oregon?
Well, they got to do what got them here in the first place, just be dominant on all aspects of the field. The running game, the special teams, offense, defense. You got to do what brought you to dance. And like we said, they're undefeated for a reason. So let's see if they can continue that against Oregon.
Right now it's 3rd and 10 at the 28. Oregon's going to try to get it out there, and that's going to be a non-completed pass, and that's going to be a 3-and-out by Georgia. Georgia's going to get the ball back around the 30, and they're going to signal a fair catch at the 31. And now we're going to see Georgia go onto the field on offense. Malaki Starks, the safety, that's going to be a player you really want to pay attention to.
So let's see here, Georgia's first drive. What do you think they need to do to start off in their first drive of the game?
Look, well, they're all about tempo, so they're going to try to keep the speed out. It was an incomplete pass, but we also see a flag on the play, and we're going to see it looks like a holding call.
Let's see who it was against.
And it's going to be holding against Tross. So now that's 10 yards going the other way, 1st and 20. And look, I think this game is still going to be Tross.
Oh, wait.
And this is why. That is a phenomenal number one.
BBG, I understand that's what you've been saying, but let's let the game just start.
So you don't agree, as of now, the way this... I know that we just started, but you're walking into this game still feeling that Oregon may pose an upset.
I believe so. I believe this is one of the top... So number 1 versus number 2 in the country, obviously different in rank in this tournament, but these are what the best to have to offer in college football. I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as we think it is.
And that's a big reception by number 86. Looking at Oregon, they've lost to 2 teams, Michigan and Missouri. Number 1 is going to try to go for the first down, only gains about 8 yards. They've only lost to those 2 games, but they managed to defeat Oregon State, Liberty, Miami of Ohio, and a big Penn State win. So if they have those type of wins, I think Penn State being the most notable, Oregon could pose an upset against really talented teams. You're going up against the second best. So right there, it's going to force Georgia to go for a field goal, and they're going to chip it in right away for 3 points.
Well, like I said, if Oregon, can hold Georgia, this could be a game that they only held in the 3 points. So good job on Oregon.
Right now, the Ducks are going to get a penalty. They weren't able to get the snap out in time. And so with that penalty, that's going to cost them some yardage for a delay of game. So now they're at 1st and 15 at the 20, and Oregon's going to try to go long here. Digs deep, throws it out, gets the reception, and that's going to be a first down.
Pretty good catch. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be all that good, but it made something out of nothing.
And look at number 20, a real clear open lane, spins it, but really couldn't capitalize much, but good enough for the first down.
That's a gain at least 15-20.
Right now, number 8 is in a groove right now. Gabriel is going to pass it to number 20. He's going to keep on going. Was a little stutter step right there by James, but couldn't get much of a gain. 2nd and 10 at the 47. Throws deep, and that should have been intercepted.
Luckily, that was not a pick, but it's now 3rd and 10.
Right here, staring, tries to do something with it, but loses. 6 yards by Stackhouse. And so now number 92 kicks it out. Number 5 is going to receive, but that's going to be considered a fair catch. So now they're playing at the 11. Number 15 is going to go for a screen pass to number 4 and only notches about 2 yards. That was by Muhammad.
Oh, boy. Well, it is now 1st and 10. They keep the chains moving. Georgia so far, oh, wow, that's the end of the first quarter already.
I know, that quick.
And like I said, and go back to what you're saying, I don't think this game is going to be as chalk as you proclaim it to be.
Well, it's a low-scoring game. Oregon still has a fighting chance, and right now it's Georgia with possession, and that was a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Gets it back to number 1. That's going to be a first down, and maybe a bit more by Trevor Etienne, a very key star player as halfback. He's going to try to go for a little bit more.
You think he'll be a factor into this game?
I mean, he's definitely one of the big star players on offense, so it's something to expect. Number 8 tries to do something with it, only notches down 3 yards. It's now a 3rd and, relatively long. 3 and 9,
they get sacked.
And that's a big sack by Oregon. The Ducks were able to quack their way into getting the ball back. And that's going to be 4th and 16. Number 92 kicks it off. That's going to be signaled by number 15 as a fair catch, and it's going to stand at the 20. Here he goes, gets it to number 20.
And goes nowhere. Their running game hasn't really done much.
I said they need to throw it out in the air. I don't know why they're not trying to.
They have spurts, but it's just not. I guess they're trying to just get it going, you know?
They could do that they can do it in the air, but they're trying to, let's see here with the play action. Throws it deep, but nobody was home. He had to throw it out.
I don't know if it was tipped or something. That ball barely got like 10 yards down.
Well, good enough. No one was able to catch it. This is a deep one, and that should have been intercepted. Number 12 with the big deflection. 92 is going to kick it back. Number 5 is going to signal. No, he's not. He's going to take it, and he's going to keep it at the 47 with relatively good field position. They're near the 50-yard line.
With about 2-3 minutes left to go in the first half.
And with
play
the
action, they get sacked
and look at
again.
he just moved him with his left arm, and that's going to be a loss of 5 with that push. It's now 2nd and 15. Number 15 throws it off the screen, doesn't gain much other than 4 yards, notch it down to now 3rd and long.
See what they do here.
And still holding on to it, and he's going to move.
And he goes nowhere.
And throws it away, but we do see a flag.
That might be roughing the passer.
Possibly.
No, it's holding.
And it's going to be holding on the offense, so that's going to hurt them. It's now going to take it, well, they're going to decline it, forcing it to a 4th and 11. And with that right there, it's going to be right at the 20 for a touchback. Scoops it over to number 20. 2 defenders were just way ahead of him. And now it's 2nd and 11 at the 19 at the 2-minute warning of the first half of this very important quarterfinals.
Would you think that they would have held Georgia to only 3 points?
I mean, I think that's quite impressive to hold down a team that has been lightning hot. And I mean that both on the offense and defense. Hold them by less than a
Man, get your wish. He's throwing it deep.
And it's a big one. And that's not going to happen.
Well, they did what you said.
Well, look, they're going to have to do it again. It's a 3rd and long situation once again. And Georgia trying to see if they can make some traction here to get the ball back.
Looks like they're changing the play.
Maybe they're going to try to change the option in terms of their routes. And the clock is ticking at 10 seconds on the play clock. Going to have to make a decision. And here we go, gets the snap out.
Another play action.
And he's scanning, throwing deep. Can he get it? He will not. And that's going to be 4th and 11. And they're kicking it back again to Georgia.
2 deep shots and nothing came of it. But like I said, they've held Georgia to 3 points with only about 1:41 left to go in the first half.
Now they're at the 44. Number 15, scanning, holds on to it.
And it gets a no!
But he was able to throw it away. So it's going to stay at the 44, 2nd and 10.
Man, Oregon's defense has been clamping down the Bulldogs.
Throws it out. Way
no!
And 86 is gone. That's a Bulldogs touchdown.
I spoke too soon.
And here we go. They're able to not just get it from a field goal. They can also generate offense right with a touchdown with the extra point. A 2-play, 56-yard drive. They are now going to take the lead 10-0. And the Ducks will get the ball back. They'll try to see if they can capitalize here on the drive. They want to get some points to leave the half.
Let's see what they do. They're going to go with a hurry-up offense.
And they're going to try to go in the gun formation. And let's see what's going to happen. The primary is going to be on James. And James, number 20, is going to hold on to it. Couldn't gain much. In fact, that was a loss of 2. Now it's third and manageable at the 21. He's scanning. He's trying to see if he can get something. Throws it out. And I don't think he was in. And they're going for it on fourth in the second quarter. I don't know if this is a great decision. Let's see if it capitalizes. Yeah, and that's going to be a turnover. This is not what Oregon expected to do at this point, but I don't think that was a good idea. But look at that. I am shocked that they weren't able to get to number 15. And not only did they not just do the right thing, maybe just kick it out. No, they go for it on fourth, give it up as a turnover on downs, and now Georgia with another possession, they're up 17-0. That was not a smart play by Oregon.
It wasn't.
I
guess the coach panicked. And, I think they didn't get that.
No, they did not. And with 2nd and 10, you got to trust your team. I mean, you've pushed your team. They made it in. I know they're the 8th seed, but come on. You're the number 1 team in the country, and you're playing like you're not, and it's showing.
I mean, this is a spot in the championship, more or less. I mean, you got to be aggressive, but be smart about it.
And honestly, if you're going to try to get to a national championship, it goes through Georgia, and it just doesn't capitalize, and that's going to be a 3 and out. With about 12 seconds, less than 10 seconds to go in the half, we might see one play, maybe 2. But right now, number 15 scans the field, goes up the middle, and that's not a complete pass.
So this is going to be the last play.
This will be the last play, as number 15 gets it to number 1 and gains probably a yard, and that's going to be it. That's halftime. And right now, if you told me that the number 1 team in the country will be trailing by 17 against the hottest team in the tournament, Georgia, what would you say?
I would have said you are on crack.
Well, look, Dylan Bell, the wide receiver number 86, he was a huge target, 3 catches for 103 yards and already a touchdown moving into the second half. I mean, if you are thinking to yourselves, well, wait a minute, it's just the first half. Oregon can come back. Honestly, I think that is possible. I'm not going to count out Oregon, but there has to be a radical change going into the second half. What do you think?
I believe that they need to switch strategies or whatever they were doing in the first half. Don't replicate that in the second half. This is a chance to be in a spot in the national championship, and you don't want to make any mistakes and give Georgia any reason to run up the score than they already have.
And right now, number 1 up the middle, and that's going to be a first down. I was about to say, look, could this be a reset for Oregon going into the second half? Can they just absolve all the things, including the mistakes they've made, and turn this around? Right now, man in motion, number 15 gets it to number 1, tries to make some movement, but he's going to lose a couple of yards.
Let's see what they do here. It's now 2nd and 12.
Bam! And that's going to be a first down by number 4, and tries to get more movement, but that's going to be enough for a first down. For those that are still trying to track the quarterfinals, we do have results to repeat and also to introduce. Number 15 passes it to number 1 off the screen. Right now, we know that Washington is moving on to the semifinals. They defeated Penn State 28-23. Number 15 is scanning. Boom! Doesn't catch it, and that's going to be 3rd and 11 at the 48. LSU defeats Troy 31-3. And number 15 is throwing it up there. Nobody is home. Goodness. And that was a very easy touchdown for Georgia.
No one was not even
No one was home.
Not even 30 yards.
And there's a big injury by Oregon. Jeffrey Bassa, he's not going to be on the field. We don't know for how long. And a decision whether to keep or substitute. It looks like they're going to make the decision to have him stay, considering that it's a minor injury. Right now, number 8, I don't know what he was doing. He could have set up the run right there. He just held on to it. Gabriel not really thinking through in terms of what he was trying to get out of that play. And it's 2nd and 15 at their 8. This is a tight space to be in to avoid a potential safety. And here he is. He's still scanning.
Oh, my goodness.
And that, I maybe spoke too soon. Georgia gets the safety. So that's 2 points, puts them up to 26-0, and they'll get the ball back. Number 86 is going to run it and is going to keep it right there at the 34. Ooh, 2 points in excellent field position. You do not want to be the Ducks right now.
Yeah, it's not really looking good for Oregon, and we're halfway through the third quarter, and they have yet to score any type of points.
And Carson Beck with over 260 passing yards. I mean, he is extremely dynamic. He can throw it out in the air, but he actually knows how to manage the running game as well. Number 1 only gets 1 yard. It's now 2nd and 9 at the 40. 15 stays in the pocket, but couldn't get it connected. It should have. I agree.
He couldn't hold on to the ball, and that's, a minute 59 left to go.
Number 86 exposes the defense for another Bulldogs touchdown. And yeah, good fight, good night.
Whoa.
6 play, 66-yard drive.
Sir.
Oof.
Let's not say good night.
I mean, that's what Georgia is saying by that reference.
Yes, Oregon. It's a glitch, folks.
No, it's not. This is actually what's happening. If you've been watching the game, you've seen the defense collapse, giving up 33 points, and we're not even on the fourth quarter. So we don't need to play make-believe. This is where it is. And that was one of the fastest 3-and-outs I think I've ever seen. This editing was relentless. They were like, we already know what this is going to be. And right now, number 15 is going to manage the offense again. It's like I blinked my eye, and now he's back. And number 1 tries to make some movement, only gets about a yard. Less than a minute to go in the third. And play action. Goes deep. Boom! By number 6.
Goodness!
It will not be a touchdown. But it's over 350 yards for number 15 as they're at the 2-yard line. And right there, number 1 tries to sneak it in but couldn't do much. That's going to be a loss of a few.
If Oregon can hold them in, it's going to be big.
I mean, that's going to be a confidence shifter, but I don't know if it's going to make much of a change as the Bulldogs get another touchdown, and they're just tallying it up. But there, roughing the kicker, I suspect.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what
and that's just going to make it an automatic point after being good. So here we are, 40-0. They call for the fair catch. About less than 30 seconds to go in the third. Gets it to number 15 with the jet touch. And 15 is making some movement. That's what we want to see. I just wish that we would have saw this sooner.
Yeah, it's true.
And here we are with the clock ticking. This will be the last play of this quarter. In the middle of this drive, number 15 pulls it off again, not for the first down, but close enough as we end the third quarter.
It's going into the fourth. I mean, if Oregon needs to do something, they got to do it now. Look at this. Look at this. This is just.
This is rough. This is absolutely rough, and we're now down to the final quarter.
At least the crowd's still into it.
Number 20 makes it through for another first down. Number 20, once again, he's going to try to make some movement. Oregon is in a very decent position where a field goal is manageable, but they'll need a lot more than that. Back to number 15 off the jet set, and thought he had some more movement. He is not going to make anything there. And with that missed opportunity, they're going for the field goal, makes the kick, and that was far left.
At least the crowd's still into it. And I don't want to hear anything about the...
This was the closest that we've seen the Ducks in terms of generating some offense, but again, they fell short. And now back to Georgia playing off the 30. They gained 3 yards, and they're trying to roll down the clock. Gets it again back over to number 1 with enough space. Was able to get about 4 yards, chipping down the clock.
2:45 left to go in the fourth. I mean, Georgia is pretty much less than 2 minutes away from going to the national championship.
No, this is a quarterfinals game.
I apologize,
so this is a chance at the semifinals. And right now, number 6 gets the first down. And Carson Beck is creeping to 400 passing yards in this game.
I hate to say I told you so, but yep, this game was pretty much just chalk. I hate that.
I mean, I said it myself. I don't know. I mean, I mentioned that this is going to be a near chalkish type of quarterfinals.
I was giving Oregon the benefit of the doubt, but nope. I mean, they started off great in the first quarter, holding,
I'm not going to doubt one of the hottest teams in the tournament, which at this point is going to make it their 7th consecutive win in the tournament. And like that, it's going to be a timeout. And here they're going to go for a chip shot under 20 yards. And with that, I don't know why Georgia hesitated for the possible block. They were afraid that they'll try to rough the kicker.
Well, that's what they did. If they did that, all they do was take a knee.
And with that, another sack. And here we are, 43-0, 10 seconds left. Final play of the game. Tries to throw big. Will it connect? Yes, it will. But will it matter with 3 seconds left?
You know it will, because you know what they got to do.
They're going to try to go for a field goal to at least have some dignity, but that goes way left, and that is not a friendly way to end their time here in the tournament.
I thought they were going to hit a 44-point game-breaker field goal.
Not even, because it's 3 points. They'll still be down by a hell of a lot. And looking at the kick again, I don't even know why we're showing this on instant replay. We all know that he shanked it far left.
Duck is disappointed.
And with that, we say goodbye to Oregon, and Georgia is going to be moving on to the national semifinals, along with the University of Washington, LSU, Texas. They, by the way, defeated Missouri 77-7, and now Georgia. They're going to get their lovely their Citrus Bowl, and we say player of the game, it goes to Carson Beck, 390 yards with a 73, near 74% completion rate for 5 whopping touchdowns.
Well, folks, for all of us here for the CFT, we'll welcome you back here soon as we continue on to the finals. I am that other guy alongside Brownsville Gamer. Thank you for joining us for another exciting edition of the CFT.
Thank you very much, and as always, like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Well, see you later, folks.